Hello, gamers.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here. It's about to get started here. The semifinals of our 8K Top Deck Expo. Of course, the first Platinum event in the Top Deck Championship Series. First invite on the line for the Top Deck Invitational. And of course, also a nice little fat stack of cash and some points along with it. So a ton on the line for all these players. Sorry that my mic was very far away. Now it is closer. That is fixed. And yeah, we got some spice. Some spice, I'd say. A lot of tournament staples, you know, still showing their worth, showing that they got the chops for what's going on in CEDH right now. I'll tell you this. Of the Magic I've seen today, Red still seems to be in command, but a card that I'd like to highlight a little bit is this Talion card. As it's been going around, there's been a lot of talk about this, a lot of talk about control, winter, all this kind of, whatever that even means. Yeah. But Talion has looked impressive to me. Honestly, more so in 99s. Yeah. Like in people's decks, this has just shown itself. Right, exactly. It's shown itself to be a viable draw engine alongside the ones, the ones that we know and love. Esper Sentinel, Mystic or Ristic Study. A lot of development still happening in the CEDH metagame, and obviously CEDH still growing. We're sitting here at the biggest paper event that has happened, at least in the United States that I'm aware of. You know, whatever, 200 players basically. And we're still seeing a lot of metagame developments happen. We're seeing a lot of different strategies come about, and especially creature-based strategies to counteract some of these Rug side, these negates, all that stuff. We see a lot of that in this top 16 as well. Yep. So, and you're certainly going to see some of that in the pod that we're about to see. I think that's good for CEDH, especially when people don't take IDs. You know, no shots here.
Oh my God. Speaking of that, the bracket's out. I've linked it in the chat.
Okay.
No 16-pointers made it.
No.
17 was the bubble with 117
one bubbled out.
Being the 17th place. Just Ice, if you're familiar with them.
No, I did not. Yeah, that's brutal. And apparently battled back from like a
went 0-2 into 3.
Tough.
2, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. 3-2-2. From 0-2 to 3-2 did not make it. 0.02 breakers, I want to say. Maybe 0.2.
Especially having started like with all those, starting with those losses, your breakers are going to be worse. Losing by that much, that's a feel bad moment. It's tough. There's no way about it. I mean, everybody has a bubble out story. Congratulations. Just Ice has theirs.
I'll actually move over to the bracket.
We can see the bracket. Look at this. We got a little graphic up. All right.
Yeah, so here we are. We got top 16.
Sixth event in a row.
That Just Ice has bubbled. Maybe he needs to.
I can say my condolences, but let me tell you.
I don't know.
You know what happens where you don't bubble, you just win.
Yeah, just win.
Do more
Look
winning.
at Jorman over here. 26 points. 26 points. Basically has won every game this tournament that he's played in. #1, winner of Festival Nights, winner of Bonfire. Coming in for that qualification for Top Deck Invitational. And just like, he's out for blood. He won his game. He came over and he was just like, I'm a demon.
I mean, the record certainly shows that.
So, yeah, we got Jorman, Eric, familiar names, Ori, one of my locals, Peter, we had him on stream on Niv Mizzet, Alexander Leon on TNT, coming in with some spice on the TNT, by the way.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He came in and he was just like, yeah, other people playing TNT, they built it wrong. I built it right, so that's why I'm winning.
I love it. I mean, I can't deny that.
One of my locals. We had some pretty horrendous games like 2 nights before we came here, but
incredible.
Max Sternberg, another, you might know him as Wounded Satellite, another name, Maxie Peppermint, another name, finally making it into this top 16. I know he bubbled out at Festival, and he was really beat up about it, making 17th place, I believe. On Talion, Matthew Brady, Victor from the last round 7 on Kinnan, Sergio
from the last round.
Rockside, another name we brought on stream, Kellen, Timna Dargo, Maxwell Molinari in-house playing Thrasios Vile, Evan Pierce, Freedom Waffle, TNK, Connor, Rockside. He's ditched the Dargo. He's now part of the Rock cult. Yeah. Wyatt, we just saw him.
Just saw him.
Playing Evo. Joshua Price, I believe, also on TNK. In here. Very happy to be here at the 16th spot.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, happy not to have bubbled out.
Let's see, 36.75.
There's Malcolm 34.21.
Okay, so it was like 3%. Yeah.
That's tough. That's tough. But a great bracket nonetheless. A lot of names like you called out that we've seen before. This is something, again, another dink in the armor of people saying CEDH very variance heavy.
Same names.
Don't believe you.
Exactly.
I see the same people in the top 16s over and over again. Wait, we have the biggest tournament, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've talked about this over and over again. It's not like people aren't showing up.
Exactly.
There's other people in these tournaments. They're not winning. I don't. That's the
competition is tough.
That's the math I got.
Even if you go to the 17 to 32, remember, top 64 players are getting points for this event.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be unhappy that you're over here. You're still getting
Get something for your trouble.
Yeah,
not a waste of your time.
You're getting like 100 points or something like that. Yeah, we got like Cole, Malcolm, big names, Luis, just top 16 Mox Masters, Alex Rice, Tim Toronto, like you know these names.
A killer's row.
Anthony Riviera, winner of Cookout over here in 32nd place. This tournament happens.
It's competitive. I mean, this is why you show up, right? You play against some of the best CEDH players. You get to see not just like new developments in action. You get to see some of the best players work their magic, and try your hand against some names that we haven't seen as much, some up and comers, and a lot of these players, like you mentioned, still accumulating points anyway. Going to be able to have more chances, accumulate points, throw down at the Top Deck Invitational. That's the reason to run stuff like this. And yeah, I mean, this is going to be an exciting series, an exciting championship, and this is only just the start. And we're already talking about some of the biggest events. So this is a big year on the horizon for this series. I mean, if you haven't thought about coming out to one of these,
just come through.
You still got time.
Series is just started.
I'm here to tell you, it's ramping up big and fast.
If you're wondering what the Top Deck Championship Series is, I'll go ahead and paste that in the chat. You can learn about it.
Nice plug.
It's a 10-month series. You're going to earn points, come into this huge invitational next year. Lots of different tiers of events. Your locals can be part of this series. Just have them sign up, start earning points just by playing CEDH every weekend with all the homies you know. Come out to the bigger gold and platinum events and just get a lot of points. Just read all about it. I've linked it in the chat.
TopDeck.gg for those of you just listening. TopDeck.gg. Check it out. All you need to know available on that website. Of course, you can click the championship series link and see what's up. Now, talk to me about our semifinals pod. What are we going to be seeing, and who do you like?
Well, we've picked pod 3 for those of you just tuning in. Do I need water? I'm good. Anyways, pod 3, we got Ori, T&K, Kinnan with Max Sternberg, Tim Nadargo, and Rogsai. There's the bottom half of the table is just trying to jam. Yeah. I'm going to be real with you. And Ori, I know this player. I play with him on pretty much a weekly basis, and he is super controlled. I like to call him Koval Light. I believe he's taken some
turns. I'll win eventually. I love it.
He's taken some definitely some coaching sessions from him as well. Just extremely good player. Picked up CEDH just recently. Used to play a lot of 60 card, and taking that experience here. We saw him top multiple events: Silicon Dynasty, CCU 2. I think those are he's mostly in the West Coast, but he flew out for this. A lot of West Coast showed up, and they wanted those points, so they're here and they're earning it.
They're hungry. The players in the game, they're hungry, and this is it. It's time. We're in the semifinals. You got 2 more. You want to hoist the trophy? You want in on this invitational right now, already from the jump?
Come in.
2 wins is what you need. 2 wins the magic number. And, of course, already a fat stack of cash for those that have made it in the top 16. All the top 16, of course, gets paid out. Does scale up nicely, though. So, I mean, $800 to the second through fourth, $2,000 first place, huge first place prize. So a lot to play for here for the players beyond just the points they invite. High stakes magic here. I'm excited to see stuff, and you know what? You can't draw. We're not doing that.
Yeah, you can't do that. None of that BS. We saw it happen twice on stream. That's not happening. A lot of one of those players got knocked out. Like, I'm not going to say deservedly, but maybe deservedly.
We don't fire any shots from the boost. No, I think I gave him peace of my mind off air. We had a talk.
Let me see that trophy. Let's show it. Let's show the stream. Bring it over here. This is the last time I'm going to be able to touch it.
It's heavy. It's heavy. This is nice. Look at that. Wow,
look at that.
Shiny,
look at that.
Trophy.
We're going to have these at these platinum events. We're going to have a trophy for the person at the top of the leaderboard. We're going to have these for the Top Deck Invitational. Check it out. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff happening in CEDH right now.
That's
Keep
heavy.
your eyes
You
open.
really bonk somebody over the head, especially if they're like trying to draw, and you don't want to draw. You can just hit them with the trophy.
Yeah.
Anyways, awesome stuff. Lot to play for. And these players should be shuffled up, resolving some mulligans as we speak. As we transition down here, we can see the turn order there. Starting out, Blue Farm, Tim the Crom, as people like to call it. I don't really have a position.
I don't know what Blue Farm is.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's where we're at, huh? That's where we're at. Anyways, we can see Kinnan. There at seat 2. We've seen a lot of Kinnan across all the tournaments.
Extremely popular deck.
I'll say this. In our last round we covered together, from the jump, you're like, I don't like Kinnan's position. And, that's fair. They were going third against some decks trying to get out the gate strong. What do you think in this pod? Ken, I mean, it's a good deck, right? People do a lot of winning with it. Is this the kind of pod it's looking for? We got Rockstar, got Blue Farm. They can play off each other. What do you like?
I think player-wise, you're extremely happy that Ori is in first seed and he's in your pod as Max, because Max, his deck list is called Grind Them Into Dust. And if Ori's going to give you that support to grind everyone into dust by playing those Draniths, those Douthies, other things that are just going to stop this Tim Nadargo and this Rock Silas from popping off, then yeah, you're going to get to do what you want to do with Kinnan.
Right, exactly. And that's exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about Ori, kind of taking the Brian Koval approach. I'm going to take turn after turn. I just want to keep playing Magic, accumulate this critical mass of resources. Kinnan's a good counter to that, right? It can sit there and build up, activate. I'm doing the same thing you're doing, maybe better, maybe not. We'll see. But, there's a lot of play. And most importantly, we talk about a little bit of like unspoken alliances. The top two players there, kind of on the same team here.
Yeah.
Doesn't spell a good recipe for the bottom two players, you said, are just kind of come out the gate strong, win the game quick, and more so even like Kellen. No really interaction other than silences.
Exactly.
Those are good, but not that many of them.
Now, if I'm Ori in this seat, I need to establish something that's going to stop the players from on the bottom half of the table from winning, because Tim Nadargo can just kind of drop some stuff down and then just win, play a ground ball, sure, whatever. I don't care about your interaction. That's kind of, if you don't want to establish the value engine in this one, because that's how these Mardu decks are winning, I can tell you that for sure. Instead, you want to drop something that's going to stop them. We saw that famously in a different stream game against another Tim Nadargo player, I believe. And yeah, I would just drop the early Dranith, shuts off Dargo, shuts off the Rog if they're keeping a Rog hand,
right,
shuts off the Kinnan. That's like the best card you could be seeing right now.
Okay.
I would hate to see like a turn. I mean, I wouldn't hate to see turn one risk take, but like I would be a little more sus
It's
on
a problem.
Yeah.
yeah. So, once again, I think there's kind of an unspoken alliance. Top of the table versus bottom of the table. The two fast players are going to want to try to keep some of these problematic permanents off the board, whittle down the interaction. They're kind of working together, but obviously kind of not. Each player wants to win. Sometimes it wants to win in their own right. And I think we're going to see maybe a little bit more of like the interaction side of things from Connor, given his fourth seat. A lot of times people talk about, do you keep different hands based on seat? Like a lot of people talk about keeper mulligans, that kind of stuff. I like taking a look at those and asking, hey, what's the pod composition? What seat are we? Because here, you're going to see it come up big. I talk about mulligans every time we're sitting in the spot where players are resolving mulligans. It takes a long time, and I think there's a lot to talk about, especially here with Connor. I think interaction has got to be a part of Connor's game plan if you don't have something specifically like a turn one win.
Right.
Like if it's not coming out the gates insanely fast, then you have to have interaction as part of the
From
mix.
Connor's seat, what I would actually like to see is some sort of value-based game plan. Just land,
Like
just get the Ristic down.
Get the Ristics,
and just sit there. You can sit, your fourth seat, that sucks. But you're also first in priority after Tim Nadargo, and then the next player after you is Tim Nakram Kinnan. So you can just keep passing to them. You just keep passing to them. Tim Nadargo's just here to be a problem. I'm a problem. I will not be interacting with anyone. I will not be stopping anyone. I will just keep putting stuff down, and you guys are going to keep being scared.
Beat this too. Good luck. My kind of Magic. I do love some jamming. And, like I said, Rockstar's a strong deck. We've seen that. Can't deny that. So are the rest of these. Tim Nadargo kind of like the biggest spice, maybe surprise, something you don't see as much, although we have seen it before. It's not like it's
I think it's the best Mardu deck. I was saying that even when I was playing Dihada, I was like, yeah, Tim Nadargo's probably better.
You're a fraud.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
I've been exposed.
Yeah, you're supposed to decide to do this. This is you.
I'm coming out. I'm here to admit it. No, yeah, that deck is good.
I agree. Dargo is, it's under Hermit Druid here in the chat. I have not met someone more an advocate for Dargo than Nathan. And you know what? He's onto something. Dargo's messed up. And we're really going to see here. He's got to be excited about this pod because we're going to see. We're going to see here. Tim Dargo messed up.
Anyways, looks like we're still mulling here, I think.
A little bit of conversation, maybe waiting for a go-ahead to get started. I assume they're good to get started. Look like some conversation.
We're good here. I'm just waiting.
Make sure we give the word over to the players. Make sure they're ready. They know that they're ready to get started. Of course, it's on time. We're not bleeding time or anything.
Yeah.
But if they're ready, we're ready. And some sweet Nathan, of course, very excited. Dargo representation. Here we go. I think there's a lot to talk about. As far as the texture of this game, it can go a lot of different ways, especially having two Temnas in the pod, both card advantage in the command zone. But, I really think the rise of Kinnan comes from being a counter to Timna.
Right.
Because the Timna is just looking to play a bunch of turns. cool.
Okay,
Thanks.
perfect.
Yep. Yeah,
we're about to get started here.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Kinnan, you get supported by, like, if you see another stacks deck, another, like, I hate to say mid-range, but mid-range deck at the table, kind of help support you with an extra 100 cards. You can grind out, really play into the strengths of your commander.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is, like, very indicative. This kind of pod composition is very indicative of what I would expect to see at...
Oh, they're still mulliganing.
Top
Someone's mulling to 4 right now?
It's the Kinnan play.
Yeah, Max.
Cut. A mull to 4 with Kinnan. I mean,
Ooh.
What are we looking for? Just a functional hand? Is it
mana, a Mystic Remora?
I thought Kinnan could just keep any hand. It's like, whatever. Here's a mana rock, some lands. Keep it. Is that not how this
Maybe
goes?
just getting unlucky. I don't know.
That's tough.
You do see players play a lot more carefully in these top 16 matches, which is actually something you can take advantage of.
Oh, yeah? Tell me about that. You've done some of that in your day.
Yeah, people are just not ready. They're like, oh, yeah, we're top 16, untimed. I can play these slower. No, you can't. I'm winning. Like, here's the Necro. Here's the Born. You're done.
Jam, bam. Yeah, you have a little bit of tournament pedigree to you. I assume that you have taken adequate advantage of some of the conservative play, I'll say, that comes from playing high-stakes Magic, especially high-stakes Magic in a multiplayer setup.
For some reason, people just get scared in top 16. I mean, at Festival of Nights, there were 3 Ristics at the table, and Jorman was there, and he was like, are you guys serious right now? Thoracle Console.
That's why Jorman wins a lot. We've seen it a lot, and he's here again today, winning a lot. As the commanders get moved, it looks like Ori's taking a draw for turn, maybe, and we are ready to get started. I think that would indicate no pregame actions.
No pregames, unless someone
that's
forgot.
Yeah, last round we saw 2 Gemstone Caverns. Obviously a big part of the mulligan strategy when you're not going first. You can see that over and over again. Nothing here, as here is Bloodstained Mire for Ori to kick things off. See what we got. A lot of pressure. Kept a high hand count. Yeah, fetch. Assume we declared what we're fetching for already, and here's Esper Sentinel. Basically exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said you wanted to see. Get a card advantage engine going really quick. This one's actually great too, Esper Sentinel, being 1 mana, obviously. Some of the lowest investment.
Exactly.
You don't need to do any kind of crazy Dark Ritual, Spirit Guide, nothing to get it out. Why people like Fish a lot. This one you don't even have to pay for.
You don't pay for. The mana is just up front 1. You're going to draw 3 cards right now. It looks like Max didn't play.
No land from Max?
Did we? Wait, what's going on?
Bloodstained Mire for Kellen. His players playing Click Magic and then pass the turn over to Connor. Not a big impactful turn from Kellen either. Not a lot of cards in hand, I think.
Yeah, nothing happening.
Well,
I need this active player moved around.
Yeah, this active player. I mean, maybe he's just going to get back there by the time we're done.
There we go. They got the message. We're good. Okay, so just Rog. Paying for. Why is the land tapped?
I don't know. Yeah. Volcanic's tapped. Maybe it shouldn't be. Yeah, we're asking about that now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think you just instinctively bang. What are these hands? Slow start here.
Yeah, so I guess all of the players playing
don't want to feed
scared.
Is that what it is?
I think this is the top 16 conservative curse of just like people playing scared, keeping
I mean, Max bowled a 4. That's
this
understandable.
hand plays. Yeah,
I did play a land. I see a chop.
Oh,
which couldn't see it. There was a fetch for a chop. So it's literally just fetch. In upkeep, I assume. We're going to Enlighten Tutor. That's going to get some action. Kellen fetching immediately. Dark Rit.
Dark Rit Oppo? I don't know. I don't even know if that deck plays Oppo.
I mean, we didn't pull the trigger on fetches, which I do like. But, yeah, I mean, I can't see if it plays Oppo or not. But that's the first thing I'm thinking if someone's fetching a response. I mean, you can't Red Blast this. What are you going to do?
Yeah, Ori probably looking to establish a mana advantage unless he puts the Ristic on top, in which case I'm scared.
Yeah, well, I mean, you would have to have a ton of mana.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like this Esper's drawing a bunch of cards.
It could be like a, I don't know, blue land, Rite of Flame, Ristic. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a ton of stuff it could be. Well, Rite of Flame. Sorcerer. You can't really cast that one yet.
Oh, yeah, wait.
We'll see.
Oh, Mystic Remora. Yeah.
That's just not enough.
We need more card draw.
Up.
I need more cards. Jesus. Now, so here's the thing. As a Rockside player, when I'm playing against these T&K decks, I'm just going to speak from the Rockside perspective, but you can apply this to like Tim DeDargo as well, is we have more mana than these guys, and we can beat them on mana, even if they're getting slightly more cards than us.
Sure.
As Connor, I would have liked to see him drop a bunch of rocks down on his turn or whatnot and be like, yeah, I got like 4 mana. You have 2 mana, and it's going into this Mystic Remora. You don't have commanders. You can't play your counter spells. You can't play these spells. I can. It doesn't matter. I can beat you on this axis.
Right.
But we're not seeing that, so I'm a little sussed out right now.
A little sussed out. That's a good word for it. As Forbidden Orchard's going to come down, it looks to be just like shortcutting. We're casting this Mystic Remora right away as Ori, and now Azure Sentinel alongside Mr. Kimura are going to be in play together. Kellen fetched a plateau, maybe considering other opposition agents as part of the consideration for fetching now.
Yeah.
Not clear.
Not
However,
sure.
no response to the Mr. Kimura. And back over to Max we go. Now, I was talking at the beginning of the game as command towers added to Max's board state. These are the kinds of games Kenan wants.
Yes. Oh, Armored Scrap Gorger coming down.
Armored Scrap Gorger, CDH staple. What is the card? Exiles cards from yard. Makes mana.
Makes some mana.
Yeah, all right.
It just gets
Pass
rid
turn
of
back.
gets rid of the card from the yard. Is actually matters a lot.
Yeah, huge for these Underworld Breach decks, which obviously all three of the other decks at the table are. So eating down Graveyards a little bit, very powerful. As we quickly just Badlands go.
What's
You're talking
happening?
about wanting an explosive draw from this Dargo deck, and we are not seeing it.
Yeah,
not
I
a
don't know
spell
what's going
cast
on.
yet, as we are back to Connor.
Maybe we're just trying to play parasitically and just have an explosive turn. I'm
What
not
does playing
sure.
parasitically mean? You've said it twice, and I don't know what
Pairing,
it means.
you just ignore everyone. Don't contribute to anything.
Oh.
Just sit back.
That's parasitic?
Yeah, and just be like, nothing's happening.
okay.
All right, you guys have burnt everything. I didn't contribute jack to this. Here's all my stuff. Okay,
How
here's the
about
dockside.
Odawara into dockside. Dockside looking to make two.
Two? That sucks.
I mean, yeah, you said it better than I did. I mean, this is the kind of gameplay I've come to expect with Dockside and some of these creature-heavy pods. Now, I would expect to get a little bit more from the Tim to Dargo, but they've guessed a spell.
Yeah, no artifacts have come down. Maybe we were hoping to keep this dockside, see some artifacts from the Kinnan and the Dargo.
Oh, yeah, you have to imagine. And, obviously playing Odawara on Connor's side has to maybe indicate not that many other lands. No black mana, which could be part of the equation as well, for Connor needing the dockside now if we're trying to do some kind of dark ritual. No, who knows? Ancient Tomb added to the mix for Ori. Going to be big for keeping this Mystic Core in play and kind of following that, quickly passing the turn. No interest in casting any spells as Kinnan added to the board for Max. Now, multiple mana able to be made by this Scrap Gorger.
Clawing our way back.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you got the time.
Yeah.
None of these players are casting anything.
Exactly.
But, I mean, some of the mana's tapped. Max has tapped his mana. Roxai only has access to 2 mana still, even after the dockside. Is there a window here?
Oh, we're seeing some action.
Mana's getting tapped.
Orcish Bowmasters.
Well, that can take care of Esper right away.
If I'm Connor, I'm begging you to be like, don't kill my Rog. I have this fierce in my hand or something.
I have anything at all. Please don't touch my baby Rogue. Thanks.
So I think this just shoots the Esper Sentinel. I would like to see that, personally.
Okay.
This is an end step.
Yeah, I love shooting the Esper Sentinel here a lot, especially if you're going to do any kind of follow-up.
We see the pointing happening.
I like the prioritization of Orcish Bowmasters by Kellen. Obviously, this is a big part of why we kept the hand, right? You're expecting a very slow game, kind of, because of the first two players. You're expecting a lot of draw thanks to Rogsai and thanks to the Timnacrom. You got to see that. We see Esper Sentinel already in play, Mr. Grim already in play. Orcish Bowmasters is part of the plan. If there's a wheel follow-up here, I mean, I think we're kind of cooking, huh?
Yeah. Now, it looks like a lot of discussion. Top of the table is like, hey, man, I don't know, kill Rog. And Connor's just like, hey, man, I think we're on the same team right now.
Yeah, I think Kellen and Connor are still on the same team.
I think you get rid of the Esper Sentinel.
Yeah.
Or he looks like he's begging for his life right now.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to feed this Mr. Gamora, part of it, I think, for Kellen has to be, part of the equation is, what does your next turn look like? If you're going to be feeding Mr. Gamora a ton, maybe you want to.
Rog's gone. So I think what the discussion probably happened is that Ori's like, I can probably squeeze one more card of this Esper and be like, I'm going to draw one from Esper anyways, and you can just kill my Esper then. And then so you just kill the Rog right now.
I mean,
I don't know.
Either way, they're probably both dying. I don't know. The conversation probably just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Literally, basically nothing has to happen, and the cards just die. So, that's the power of Orcish Bowmasters. People have talked a lot about the gameplay patterns of Orcish Bowmasters in CEDH.
Right.
We're going to see that come up big here. Especially for Rog's side, where Rog is just not going to be able to stay on the table.
2 mana coming down.
2 mana.
Wishclaw
Talisman. That'll trigger some cards.
We're just hanging out.
I mean, you're drawing for both, right? Your Esper's just going to die. You might as well cash out.
Yeah.
Reaching for mana is Ori. We got a tutor in response.
Not sure what's happening. Maybe they're discussing hey, maybe you should kill the Kinnan. Or he's just trying to squeeze as many cards as he can out of this, I think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. You just get if the game goes long, this Amass token, not Amass, or Amass Orcs.
Yes.
The Orcs Army token. That thing's gonna get huge.
Yeah, it's gonna get
even
big.
Without a wheel.
We're gonna beat face.
We're gonna see real damage and obviously great blockers. There's a Timna deck across from you.
Timna's not drawing cards.
Yeah, shut that down. See you later. A lot of talking
Lots
still.
of talking. Ori begging for his life right now. Please don't kill my Esper Sentinel. I need to draw like 2 cards. Oh, wait, it's dead. They're not talking. Never mind. I made that
There's
up.
a lot of hand motions, so maybe just thinking. A little bit of thinking. Oh, a little bit of tense.
Everyone has a lot on the line right now. I think there's like a 100-point difference between top 16 and top 4.
Also like a $500 difference. I mean,
difference,
there's money on the line. There's points on the line, of course. The chance at the trophy. That's why you're here. That's why you show up.
Yep.
You know, you want to talk about Magic tournaments. You want to talk about what to show up. Obviously, the Gathering, great. I show up to win a trophy. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, we have a really sweet
winning
one here
does
next to
feel
us.
good.
Oh, look, Nathan's in the chat wanting to talk about. I've never seen someone so excited about the Technomancer as Nate. He's just got it cooking. Like that man, I know he's got his whole chef thing going on. Like that man likes to cook. It doesn't stay in the kitchen.
All right, we got Bowie trigger. Esper's dead.
Here we go. We have
Another
popped
one.
off, killed the Esper Sentinel. I like it. I think it needs to go eventually.
Yep.
Growing the Orcish army. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and handle that. Here we go.
Reminding about the triggers.
I mean, might as well.
Yeah.
That's going to come up. And like I said, I think even after the Brog dying, I think Kellen and Connor's still kind of on the same team.
Yeah.
We got to stop some of the creature stuff going on. You know, I want to start looking at Max's board with that Orcish army.
Hitting face.
And the Orcish Bowmaster's triggers, if I'm Kellen. We'll see. Are we going to pop this Wish Claw right away? We can wait and grab a wheel later, grab protection later. An active player, yeah, we see that pass. Over to Connor. Kellen, fine where he's at, and I don't hate his position.
Very spicily. Kellen had cast a Peer into the Abyss earlier in this tournament. And if you cast that now with this Bowmaster, that kills like 2 players if he wants to do that.
Oh yeah, you're trading someone else. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that's really bad.
Yeah, you just killed the 3rd player with the Orc army.
Yeah. All right. Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
So the deflecting SWAT doesn't work here.
Jesus.
Those tokens from the person providing tokens for an Orc army?
Oh, the tokens? Someone's asking about them? You can get them at all. Oh, yeah. Our TO's asking about these tokens. You can get them at All Trades Media. Check them out on Etsy.
That army that came with the pack?
Yes.
Yes.
Now get out of here.
The Orc army comes in the back. Look, these TOs, you can't stay in line. I heard there's a lot of TO issues. I don't want to get into it, but I heard there's some TO issues in CEDH. And
Yeah.
I think we're seeing that here.
We're seeing that right now. Yeah.
Anyways, we're back to professional broadcasting. Here we are. We're in Connor's term. We got 4 mana. I can tell you we got 6 mana thanks to the 2
mana.
treasures. That does give access to black mana we didn't have before. City of Triggers does
Tracking,
add 2. And
calling.
here is Call of the Week. That's going to trigger
Remora.
Mystic Gamora, which is going to trigger Orcish Bowmasters. Triggers are going to go everywhere, but it seems like we have something here.
Ad nauseum, Necropotence. What are we
A
doing
lot
here?
of good ones. Necropotence and Ad Nauseam both kind of straight, even though they don't trigger Orcish Bowmasters, kind of weak in the face of Orcish Bowmasters because you can just die to like Mystic Gamora. I
Mystic
don't know,
Gamora.
stuff.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Okay.
All right, looks like it's
we got 4 black
resolving.
mana is what we got. I can tell you that. I mean, yeah, no sense making the move here. I think Ori definitely interested in more cards. Kellen got to be excited about more triggers. Can start picking off Max's board and solving a lot of the problems. Make it kind of a 2-player game between Kellen and Ori. And the Orcish Bowmasters can start going to work.
As Connor here, I don't know. This window is interesting. People are tapped out.
I'd say what?
Bowmaster Remora is a problem, and Ori's drawing cards, but he
Ori's
has just
drawn a
one
lot of
colored
cards,
piece
but
of mana.
only one piece of mana, no commander in play. If you got a couple pieces of interaction, that might be good enough.
Yeah, your Rog just died.
Yeah, and that's not getting better, right? Like your Rog's not going to stay in play next turn. What does that look like? You can maybe put Silas in play, and maybe that's a lot harder to kill. You might want to go for like Kid and stuff, and you maybe get to keep it for a turn. That's your whole turn though, and you have to use a treasure. Whatever.
We
We
don't
cast
have-
Calling the Week. Can't imagine we're playing Silas.
Chain of Vapor.
Chain of Vapor.
Okay.
Well, that's a really committal start already. No artifacts of our own to bounce.
Yep.
That's just
Hitting-
unsummon on your Mystic Remora.
Yep, hitting the Remora, I think.
I like it.
Yeah.
Kind of soft shuts down the Orcish Bowmasters too. I think if Kellen has like a blast something
Getting
here, they'd be
bounced?
interested in defending. Didn't.
Resets Remora here.
Yeah, I mean if there's another turn, I don't think Connor's interested in playing another turn of Magic after this one. I think this is the last one.
All right, Ad Nauseam probably coming down here. Just tapping the City of
A lot of
Traders.
things.
Floating
One colorless, one black, maybe a tutor.
DT.
Wish Claw it is.
Oh, Wish Claw, yeah.
All right, 2 Wish Claws. Remember, Docksite's already gone. Weirdly looks a little bit better here, but still not great.
Getting. What are we doing here?
I mean, could we have
Necropotence?
Nauseam still? We got mana.
No. We got colorless, 3 black, Necro, 2 mana. Looking for Born. Just trying to drop everything. Everything's still in the deck.
Born, Final Fortune, that could maybe do something.
Yeah, I
mean,
think-
you still like that over Ad Nauseam?
Oh no, never mind.
Oh, we got more mana.
Okay, so
Holy
never mind.
cow.
Stuff's happening. My bad.
Connor fully in the jam. A lot of cards left there. I mean, I guess didn't really play a lot.
Yep.
This would make the Dockside make a lot more sense. Needed this black mana really badly.
Yep. Looking at this armored scrap gorger over there, I hope we know what that card does.
We got, I don't know what that's gonna. We don't have threshold. It's just +1.
Yep.
I think it could still get better because if whatever, Yogg Will could maybe be part of the consideration.
Yep.
You have rituals and stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of lines. Rox is really complex. I don't want to delve too much into it, but I can tell you a lot of mana plus a tutor is a hell of a recipe.
Okay, let's see what's going on. We're using the black.
Using the black.
Passing it over. What are we getting?
It happens at the end. I think that's what we're figuring out here. You get your card and then you pass it.
I would just give it to the Mardu Tim to play.
I don't know. I think there's a real argument to who to give it to, assuming you can't win this turn. Whatever. Giving it to Max might make some sense because he's already in some trouble with Orcish Bowmasters. We know Fish is coming back down for Ori. Whatever. This decision doesn't really matter that much compared to whatever's about to happen.
Exactly.
For Connor,
You're trying to win here, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, they're obviously kind of having some kind of conversation. There's a lot of hands flicking around.
Connor, he left behind the Dargo ways actually, so maybe he just gives it over to the Dargo to be like my predecessors. Yes,
sure,
there you go.
All right, comrade.
And I mean, it makes sense as the last person in turn order.
All right, let's see what we got. We still got 2 treasures. We got 4 black mana in the mana pool thanks to Cabal Ritual. We still have a volcanic. I mean, we have a lot of mana to work.
Yep.
This hand had so much mana. When you talk about Rogsai, that is the one thing you can highlight and you see it in action right here. Culling the Weak, Cabal Ritual. You see those, even the CEDH traders matters. All of this is just a ton of mana, and in CEDH, mana is big.
King. Yeah,
big.
I think I was mentioned that earlier that Roxai can beat these other decks on the mana access with these value engines and whatnot. I didn't see the rocks, and I was like, well, I wish I did. I guess he had it all in hand.
All spell mana in hand.
Yeah,
Okay.
Even better.
That works too. I mean, if we're going now, we're going now, and it's time.
All right, so
we're doing a lot of talking about Wishclaw.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe he's talking about what am I going to get, or he's like, I can stop you, so don't get what you think.
Yeah, there might be some interaction, somebody being like, I have a piece, don't go for it kind of thing. And obviously Connor probably doesn't have any 2 cards left.
At this point,
hands all mana. I'm not making a lot of interaction there.
If I'm Connor, I'm just like, you know what? I do not care. Okay, giving it to Max over here on Kinnan, who multiple.
I love that. I love giving it to Max. I love that play a lot. I mean, like I said, may not even matter. We might just be done here. But in the event we're not done here, I actually think that's the card choice.
Right. Well, there's still a Basalt on the table, but yeah.
I mean, whatever. That Kinnan can basically die whenever. We have a Boardmasters in play. Mystic More's going to come back down.
Here's the Necro.
Necro was the choice. It is harder to counter.
Yep.
I think, not having Flusterstorm work, not having, whatever, some of those, instant sorceries, dispels, that kind of stuff. Even Spell Pierce kind of turned off thanks to it being, lower CMC. Matters.
Still floating the black here, too. So why did we cast that Cabal Writ? Interesting.
I mean, you're taxed on black. Your lands don't make black, so...
Well, he had 3 colorless... or he had 1 colorless, 3 black. You could use the colors for the Wishclaw and then pass it over, get the Necro, put that down to save yourself a card. I don't know. There's stuff happening in this hand.
Probably the Necro anyway, no matter which way this slices. I don't know.
Oh.
Who knows?
Necro going to the graveyard?
Necro looks like it got countered by a Swan Song. From Max. Okay. And that came off of the Scrap Gorger,
after
which
giving him
exiled
the Wishclaw.
Dockside.
Yeah.
So that stops that. Yeah, well, I mean, I think he's still the correct player to give the Dockside to, but that's a huge Swan Song.
Yep.
And there's a little bit of mana left over. Can replay Rog with that floating black now or whatever. You can play Silence, who knows.
2 mana coming in.
It's Talisman of Dominance.
And passing the turn. I did like the Necro there because it's harder to counter.
And get mana left over to continue to develop our board.
Exactly.
Now we have permanent black mana in play. That does matter. We're kind of losing some of these treasure mana. Back to order we go. Mystic Gamora likely coming back down. Gonna turn the Orcish Bowmasters back online, and that's gonna do a lot to check Kinnan. So we got a real game here. A lot of texture, a lot of back and forth, and we're just gonna kind of see how things break from here. Connor, that was rough. Used a lot of mana, committed a lot of mana, but not out of it.
Yep. Let's see what happens. Going into Ori's turn, he just drew a lot of cards. 3, I want to say.
True. The mana's a little awkward, though. Low on pips. No artifact mana yet. Now, if we found some, this could be a very explosive turn from Ori.
Yeah.
But if the turn is just lands, fish, maybe Timna or what, that kind of composition, that could be fine. Very unassuming. Here is Hallowed Fountain, 2 life lost. Mana up for Connor. If he had interaction, I have to imagine he would have used it, so who knows what that represents. Maybe another tutor, Vampiric, something like that. Something to think about. Not a lot of cards left. Safe to assume Connor's probably not a player for a little bit.
I want to see some impact here, or else Kinnan
Chrome Mox out of the mix. Well, that is artifact mana. And now
under the Rite of Flame.
Rite of Flame going under. This is going to be a pretty big turn from Ori, even if it's just developing, right? Even if it's just creatures plus fish plus a lot, going to be an impactful turn for the texture of this board state.
Dockside count 3, it looks like.
Yeah, let's see what we got. We got 2 Wish Claws, Talisman, and is that it? Oh, a treasure. 4.
Mystic Remora coming back
Mystic
down.
Remora coming back down. That makes sense. Off of the Hallowed Fountain we played. Still got Plateau, Forbidden Orchard, and a red mana. A lot of red mana available for Ori.
Yeah, what are we doing with that?
Could play Crom if we want to tap out.
Don't want to tap
Don't
out
like
here.
that. Yeah,
he
for a
doesn't like
fish.
tapping out. He
I
might play a
wouldn't
Timna, but there's a Bowmaster. So
Yeah, choose to keep it all up
Just
as
passing
we
the
pass over to
turn.
Max. Love this. Wish Claw in play. Kinnon's still in play.
Yep.
You know, we need another spell actually to kill this Kinnon with the Bowmasters because obviously Basalt.
Yep.
You know, whatever could do it. We need another one.
Yeah.
Things could get awkward if there's not another one.
Let's see what's going to happen here.
I mean, we could just also just not go. I mean, I don't know what else we're doing, right? If we're Kinnon, what are we looking for that's not Basalt Monolith? Like, you're on a Molda 4. You're low on resources anyway. Your own fish? Your own Ristic?
Own Ristic, maybe.
Okay.
You got to pass the Wish Claw to do that. I would like to just keep the onboard tutor that
You just leave the Wish Claw around?
my colors don't have until I'm ready to go for it.
With, like, protection
Yeah.
or something? Okay.
Yeah.
And that might be
Spellskite.
Spellskite's huge
Protecting
here.
the Kinnon.
That will do so much to save you from
Yeah.
Bowmasters. You can choose what to redirect or
Exactly.
not. That kind of thing. Huge.
04.
Basically, I mean, kind
Big
of the
butt.
perfect card here against
Yeah,
Bowmasters,
exactly.
which was threatening. And now maybe Kellen's stuck thinking, dang, like maybe I should have been targeting the Kinnon player a little bit earlier with some of these triggers.
Right.
I don't know. But either way, it could be kind of a tough spot here if the Spellskite's allowed to happen.
I think it's going to be allowed to happen unless this Kinnon dies on the stack here.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the question.
Yeah.
Is people going to cast some spells in the stack? Any kind of removals that need to get added to the mix? If somebody already has a removal for the Spellskite, maybe it doesn't matter that much. I don't know, but I can tell you from what we have access to, it looks like it's going to be very impactful.
Yeah.
Players doing a little bit of talking here. Spirit on Max's side is the token, thanks to the Forbidden Orchard. You're probably going to see quite a few more of those as this game progresses. Orcish Army looking to, I believe, be a
5? I can't read that number.
yeah, dice look a little rough. Love the tokens. Dice could stand an upgrade, I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. There's my feedback from the booth. I'll tell you that. Oh, white and black dice. Give me that contrast. This player is still doing a
Discussion on
little
the
discussion.
Skype. That just tells me no one has anything.
Is that what, so that's what I mean. So I guess you're getting some free CDH
Yeah.
coaching. When the table starts talking, and it's just doing a lot of talking about relatively meaningless-ish stuff, like not wins, that just means nobody has anything? Is that what that means?
Yeah, you can't counter my spells, but you can't counter my politics.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can't counter the uncountable politics.
Unless you just
Okay.
kill them. But
Yeah, I mean, you're not playing the game. You can't
Exactly.
politic anymore. Sure.
everyone wants someone else to do their dirty work here. Just turn pass.
A lot of
Okay.
dirty work to be done. Spellskite resolves, no further game actions, and back to Kelly. Also, interestingly, no attacks. No one's attacking with anything.
No one's swinging.
Maybe some respect for Timnas. Maybe just acknowledgement it doesn't really matter. Who knows?
I don't know. Just hit. Yeah, I would hit the TNK player with the Remora.
What I can
that's
tell you
not
is
dying.
Tim Nadargo hasn't missed a land drop. As here is Verdict Catacombs very quickly fetching.
How many lands are they on? I'm about to look.
Oh, okay. See, this is about to make me mad. This is about to be disrespectful.
24.
20. Jesus Christ. This is so few.
Seems good.
That's too low lands for half my 60 card decks, man. Oh, Jesus. All right, here we go. So, we have a Wish Claw.
We have a Wish Claw.
We have 4 mana.
Bowmasters.
And a Bowmasters in play. I mean, face up on the table is tutor for wheel.
Yep.
That's something we could do. Doesn't win.
Puts you in a pretty
Does
good
wrath.
spot.
Yeah, rats the board.
Rats the board, hit the Mystic Remora player, call it a day.
Call it a day. Yeah. Force them to put something into play. Ori passed, having drawn a bunch of cards. All mana.
Yeah.
5 mana. Can't be ad nauseum. Don't have a second plaque yet, unless there's Dark Ritual involved. What are we representing? Ori seems like the player to worry about, right? Connor went for a bunch of stuff, didn't have interaction. Probably don't have to worry about interaction there. Max wasn't willing to go for it with a Wish Claw. Probably doesn't have a pile of interaction either. So you said they don't have anything. Ori might have something.
Or he could have a Fire Covenant.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Every time I play against him, he has that card.
That card would be strong.
Yeah.
That could be really strong. As here is an attack for 5 off the jump. Timna played first. Timna in play.
Here to draw
attack
some
for
card.
5. Tame.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what. I've noticed a very deliberate holding up of this plateau from Kellen.
Yeah.
I'm sniffing something.
It's either a hard bluff. Maybe he's been holding since turn
That'd be a
1.
hell of a bluff.
Yeah.
He fetched so proactively. Has held it up every single turn. Could be blast, could be silence, but I'm sniffing something.
Yeah. Interesting that we're not trying to draw 2 cards with this Timna.
You're maybe worried about some ambush viper
Yeah,
action from
I don't
Ori,
know.
some kind of like opposition
Flash
agent or something.
opposition
That's
agent.
part of the reason to maybe not go for Wish Claw, right? Like
Yeah.
that's in the range of stuff. Neither player activating Wish Claw could
Oh,
just be worried
mana's
about an
being
oppo.
tapped here.
Oh, is it gonna be 4 mana? Oh,
4?
oh, is it Covenant time?
Yeah, I called it. I knew it every time.
What is happening? All right, whatever, dude. I don't even. What? How did you? Okay.
I'm so good at this game.
What is going on? Okay. You know what? Fire Covenant, a great one here. How much life are you paying, and how does this work with Spellskite?
That's the question I had, is how does this work with Spellskite?
I think when it's already selected as a target, you can't change the target from other stuff to target it. This came up with Kolaghan's Command in the early days of Modern with Kolaghan's Command and Affinity, where it's like you would have to target the Spellskite, and then you could target something else and it would like work because you can't change another target when it's already targeted.
Right.
I think that's how that works. But Magic has been updated on the rules for a long time, and Fire Covenant's an old-ass card, so that's my call.
Yeah. Let's see what.
Anyways, what the heck is with that?
Looks like I think
Why
there's
are you in the booth instead of playing? No, I'm sure they're asking the Spellskite question. They're asking the same question we are.
Why
right
am I
now.
not playing?
Yeah, you just know what everybody's hand is. You
I'm
already know
just-
nobody has anything.
That's how you
except
play.
Fire Covenant. You just know
Yeah.
everything. What's going on?
I just, I didn't want to play this time around. I just wanted to give my hand
Why
with
are
the
you here?
casting.
Like I know
it's
why.
good.
Why are you here? You're like Pegasus. Got the Millennium Eye. You see everything. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it looks like some people in chat kind of going through.
When
Same thing we are.
when you're addicted to CEDH, you know every type of configuration that can happen. You just know.
This is what separates the goods from the greats. He just has it all. Just has it all dialed up. And here we go. So Fire Covenant down to 16 is Ori. Massive amount of life paid. Likely just going to be a Wrath, and huge setback for Max, who already started on a mold of 4. Has a Wish Claw, didn't use it. And now if there's no counterspell, a counterspell here would be rough.
Yeah.
That's a lot of life to pay. But you have to imagine that if Ori's want to go after...
Oh
what is
my
happening?
God. Path? Wait,
Huh?
what is that's Path,
How
right?
why did we path after we Fire Covenanted it? We could have just paid 2 more life.
Oh, there was a Fierce Guardianship.
Fierce Guardianship. Okay, see, I'm
Yeah.
having trouble with the top right of
Yeah.
Max. Fierce Guardianship down on the on the Fire Covenant. Fierce counters fire, and we have Path to Exile to stop the drawing from Timna.
Timna.
A lot of respect for Timna there with a cannon in play with a
Yeah.
Spellskite up.
I would have just maybe gotten rid of the Spellskite.
Yeah, I mean,
Take him
right?
off it. Silas coming down.
Does that speak to more interaction? Is we quickly passed turns over. Past the turn did Kellen no fight at all over any of that stuff. Had Kellen, if he had like Blast or whatever, maybe fights over the Fierce. Over to Connor, who just plays Silas and pass. Having talked to Bryant Cook once or twice in my life, Silas usually not a good sign for your chances in the game.
Actually false. It's pretty okay.
Mount Doom changes things. or-
Mount Doom's good. It just gets heart stuff back from the yard. I find myself casting Silas a lot these days.
Oh, okay. Silas, updated stonks.
Yeah.
As we go to Ori, quickly pays, thanks to Chrome Mox. A lot of mana left over. Used all of it. We will see exactly what we can present. Land for turn didn't get a great look. Looks to be an
Arid
Arid
Mesa.
Yep. Look at that. Card recognition. I need to get in those card recognition games. We get like half the card, just can still see it.
I
Still
saw
got
it was in Japanese, so I could just
Oh, you
tell,
could just read it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could just read
yeah.
it, yeah.
I have it on good authority that you're. Anyways, we're not going down this. We're not doing this. All right, here we go. So Fire Covenant, massive bonk, down to 10 is Ori. Is life total becoming a consideration with this Bowmaster still in play?
Yes, and you don't have any creatures.
Here's a fetch, down to 9, single digits for Ori. You wanted a grindy game. I mean, this grindy game is about to end for you.
Absolute blowout on that Fire Covenant. Max with 2 for 2 on the interaction here. Grinding them into dust.
Quite sure. I mean, hasn't had to do a whole lot. Mold to 4, cast a Fierce, a big Fierce, an important one to have.
He's set to take this game over if he gets back to his turn. He's got that Wish Claw out.
Exactly. I think this is kind of exactly the position that Kinnan wants to be in, the kind of position that Kinnan does a good job setting itself up to be in.
Yep.
Cards like Spellskite, you don't see in other decks, matters a lot here, has continued to matter a lot here. Like, guess what? That path doesn't really work that well against Max, so it got used on a Timna instead of a Spellskite. Like, that is part of the texture that these cards that Kinnan plays adds.
Right.
And they're cards you don't see in any other deck. Very cool deck, and certainly, I think, built to kind of combat positions like this. Is 2 mana being tapped. Is it Dockside? It's my chance to maybe.
Dockside
It is Dockside.
Extortionist.
My call.
You got it.
It wasn't as good because you didn't even tap mana yet. Yours was better. Here is Dockside Extortionist. Let's get a count. 2 Wish Claws adding to the mix a ton. Silas, Treasure, Talisman, and then I got Wish Claw, Spellskite. 7?
7. Silas, yeah, there it is.
That's a lot of mana.
What are we setting up for here?
I
We've
don't know.
drawn
We
a
have
lot of cards.
Four more in the chamber. Ancient Tomb providing 2. Still didn't have to use that one.
Yep.
This kind of. I don't want to say this has to be the turn because we can do some politicking. Things like the One Ring can add to the mix, but you're beginning to look very dead on board.
Things are not. I don't know if things are not getting better for you in any way, shape, or
Fish.
form.
Things could get better. Like some attempts from Connor or Kellen could really add to the mix for you.
I think you're losing control of this game more than you had it. Max is about to take over.
I agree.
He's tapped out. He has just that Armored Scrap Gorger right now.
If Max gets on top of all this stuff, all this mana, a Spellskite protection, Wish Claw dialed up, it's not looking good.
Yeah.
But, people are tapped pretty low. Connor playing Silas, once again, kind of indicative, not a lot going on.
Yeah.
I would have had to find a piece of interaction or two over the last turn cycle. Kellen didn't really fight over anything yet, although even though representing really hard, hasn't fought over anything. And this is just a ton of mana, and it's both commanders.
Oh my god, we got nothing going on in our hand. We have lost control of the game.
All right, look, I'll say this. They're good blockers, like especially Crom. And your commander spells work now.
Yeah.
Of the dock sides for 7 I've seen in my life, lower on the power level.
Looks like we're going to look to draw a card here.
I don't hate it, especially because you can chump with the dock side. We're trample on this Orcish army.
It's desperation mode right now. We're hoping to draw something good, get back to our turn.
We got a fish, come on.
Okay.
So hold steady, have some faith in the fish. Things could be getting better.
Oh.
Alrighty.
So what now? Yeah, it looks like we did make an attack. Didn't see who at. Yeah, it looks like that is
I think that was the against Tim Nadargo. Is that where that attack went?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It worked down that life total a little bit for one of ad nauseum and peer decks. That doesn't have, that has access to Bowmasters. So, Bowmasters can do something to pressure Connor's life total if an ad nauseum's gone for. You don't have that, so makes sense in the attack. I like it. And here comes an attack. Has to be an Orrery, I imagine. I mean, this is a lethal attacker at Orrery. As I do want to call out. Wait, are we still on Orrery's turn? I thought I just saw that being tapped.
Yeah, I thought that was passed.
I'm like 2 turns ahead. Okay.
Yeah. Hold up.
Where
okay, yeah,
are
we're
we?
good.
Okay, reset everything I just said. Players were just talking and moving stuff around. We are back to Max. This is why the active player thing exists. Back to Max, active player. I was going to say, did Max do nothing with his turn? Here we go. Back to Max's turn. Expecting a big turn here.
Yes.
Spellskite, Wish Claw, at least 4 mana. Lotus Petals, things like that can add to the mix. Could have a really big turn here.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's in his hand. We know he's been top decking this interaction. No way he rolled to 4 and kept all that in his hand.
Yeah, the draw steps have been really, really kind to Max. I'll say that. Grind them into dust, indeed. We'll see what we have. A little bit of a think here. The draw step may be worth pondering, says Max. A lot of mana to work with. I'm shocked with all the stuff that's been cast that Kennen has not gone to the command zone once.
Yeah. We saw that Fire Covenant. We saw that path. We saw the onboard Bowmaster.
It's not even nothing. I mean, Max has got to be thrilled about that. If nothing else, the multi-4, rough. Going second, not too bad. Receiving a Wish Claw, great. Kennen not being dead, perfect.
This
priceless.
is awesome right now. On a mold of 4, this is awesome. I cannot ask for more than this.
Yeah, I mean, this is about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing some kind of crazy turn, who knows? This is about as good as it gets. And
moving into a turn pass.
Nothing. Do we have? We don't even have.
We don't have spin mana. Yeah. Okay. What are we doing? Are we afraid of something? Are we? I know this deck has instant speed lines, but I'm not seeing it right now.
Well, something to consider too. Bowmaster's in play. Orrery under pressure. This Bowmaster's token looking like an abyss. A lot of removal already used.
Yeah.
Maybe the spot is just getting better for you as this army continues to whittle down some of your problematic opponents.
Yep.
Connor not much of a threat. Orrery the biggest threat by a lot, and under the gun.
He's under the gun. He's the one with the Mystic Remora. He gets to decide if he wants to die or not.
Yeah. You can choose not to draw. We can do that. You want to draw or not, big guy? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see exactly how Kellen wants to take this turn. Has not missed a land drop yet. We'll see if we have one here. It looks like, once again, only a few cards to work with, but a Wish Claw that has been looming. It's the Discipline. I mean, I think we played this on turn, 2, 3?
2, yeah. We're just banking it.
Just banking it. It's on board. It's been on board. I don't know, we just don't have any backup, and that's what we're looking for. I don't know if we just are looking, or payoff, where we can find backup with it. Or if we're playing around opposition agent, but the discipline for this Wish Claw from both players has been astounding. I think a lot. If you talk to the average CEDH player, hell, you talk to me, I probably would have activated this Wish Claw by now. The discipline here is astounding.
Lots of thinking, lots of hand shuffling going on. I think we're just thinking about if we want to go for it here.
I mean, Connor tried, failed. Ori put creatures in play.
Yeah.
Max, I mean, he's kind of the next player, right? Max is like, okay, you didn't play anything. What do you have?
Yeah.
What is it? Interaction? I mean, obviously not that many cards. You did mulligan, but like you have an onboard Wish Claw. What do you have?
Like we see a 2-card combo available to Max.
Right.
He's holding 3 cards in hand.
I mean, you do need a payoff after the Basalt Monolith, right? You need
Fair.
some card mana. Like maybe that's not
3
there.
mana.
There could be a lot of problems. 3
Plateau
mana.
being held up once again.
Yeah, there it is. Wheel mana. Wheel mana. Oh, untapped. Tapped and untapped. That plateau.
Thinking about maybe getting Dockside. I know there's a Dockside deck. Okay, finally using that plateau.
No, not allowed to get tapped.
Thinking about how this turn's going to play out. We're sequencing it. We're
this
cooking.
reminds me of the Magic Online thing where you can like activate LED, discard your whole hand, and pick it up, just like over and over again. It's just like, here we go. Control Z, tap mana, Control Z. Wish Claw time?
It's time.
It's fine. I was just talking about the discipline.
We're
it's
clawing.
Wish Claw time.
Who are you giving this to? I think I just give this to Connor.
That's
no lie.
so risky. I mean, if you're going for it, if it's time, if it's game time,
now
I'm giving it to Connor.
Now I don't know how this actually works. If he gives it to Ori and then kills him, does it go back to him? Because that is a thing you can do, right?
Say that one more time.
If he gives the Wish Claw to Ori and then kills Ori,
yes,
it goes back to him, right? It goes to the active player, right?
Yes, permanents controlled by the players get given back, I
think so.
Now, I know that works with trades. Is this not a trade? I think that's how it works.
I think that is how that works, right?
We're casters. That would be a cute trick if it works. Just like, go grab a wheel, give me that back, thank you, turn's yours.
Wow.
It exiles. People say it exiles.
I don't think it actually exiles. I think it goes to someone else.
Who knows? Whatever. They have access to Google. We don't.
Yeah.
Not right now.
I'm about to call a judge.
I
got L3s here.
We did this yesterday. We're not doing this. We're not doing this again.
Last controller by Snoosuke.
Look, I don't trust Snoosuke.
Oh yeah, he's
they're firing from the hip.
He plays Winota.
Yeah, they're firing from the hip. I don't know. Who knows? Let's see.
I don't know if he recognizes that, but that is a cool thing you could do.
I mean, that is a cool thing. I don't know if that's even good. Like, we might just have a breach line here somehow, depending on what the composition of the hand is. I can tell you what, there's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And this is a crucial turn. People talk a lot about Magic games, how there's like a critical turn where things happen. I think this is a critical turn. This is like a turn where there might
double
be a
wish.
window.
Okay, we're just losing to Max.
Yeah, there you go. If it gets back to Max, Max wins.
He wins.
Figure it out.
He straight up
Max,
wins.
You're just diving through your piles of gold like a dragon.
Yeah, I don't know how he just got away with that.
I don't either. But I can tell you that if it gets back to Max's turn and there's no opposition agent,
OP.
Which opponent maybe for which? I mean, they have different sleeves, but maybe it's a op as in oppo. We want an oppo to happen because otherwise you're in a lot of trouble. Well, we activated a Wish Claw. That indicates it's game time.
I don't know. The oppo thing can be good. You might just give both the Wish Claws to Max and oppo him.
That'd be disgusting.
That'd be disgusting.
Yeah, you can just grab oppo here. You can just activate Wish Claw, go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good. Like it runs into some issues.
Yeah.
Because if you ever have to tap a single one of those mana, you just die.
Yeah.
You just die to these Wish Claws.
Orum's Chant on Ori.
Okay.
But not Max.
You would not have searched for this, right?
Yeah, no.
So this was already in hand. Likely what the plateau was representing. So, and actually the card that we grabbed with Wish Claw is actually still face down, which, some free information there. We didn't grab that. And here it is. It's going to be Dockside Extortion. Orum's Chant resolved. Damage taken. Crom's going to draw. Are we just going to kill Ori from these? Oh, you don't get to choose on that one. That one just happens. Damage. Where is it going? To Ori.
Face.
Why would we Orum's Chant Ori and then just kill it?
Yeah, why not just, I don't know, I would have given him the Wish Claw too.
Here you go. You can have everything, including this damage. Taste it. You choose which opponent gets control of Wish Claw, tells them, leaves the game, you regain control. Yeah, great. All right.
Awesome.
I trust Justin Wright. They seem a lot more trustworthy than
Snoosuke.
Snoosuke.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at. I don't know, something about it.
Who was silenced? Ori, the TNK player, was silenced.
The TNK player was silenced, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Mystical War in play, and they might just die.
They might just die.
Bowmasters. Well, either way, here is a Dockside Extortion. So let's get a count real quick. 2 Wish Claws. Spellskite, that's 3. We got Fish, Chromox. That gets us to 6. Treasure still in play. 4
Yep.
Connor can correct it if he wants. Silas and Talisman. I got 8 is the
8
count.
treasures.
That's a lot of mana.
That is a lot
And
of
I'll
mana.
tell you what, it's even more mana if you start factoring in Dargo into the equation.
Yep.
Because when you start cracking that mana, Dargo combos start to get online. And let me tell you, Hermit Druid, you're in chat, you can tell you all about it.
Yeah, I
He'll
don't
tell you all about it for a long time. He loves some Dargo. This is juicy. This is the dream. Where's the techno? Whatever. He's gonna list a million cards that all win from here. There's a lot. What I can tell you is there's a lot.
2 cards in hand here by Kellen here. Let's see what he got.
It's a lot more than 2. I think that's just the way he shot. It looks like 4.
Oh, it might be 4. You're right.
He's like making piles. It's like the poker chips thing.
Yeah.
Maybe a poker background for
He
Kellen.
tricked me.
He sure did. I mean, it's part of the ruse. I'll tell you what, some
Alright.
slow magic being played here as these players are really talking about this dock side. Maybe trying to convince Connor of cracking this treasure? I can see that.
Max sitting there quietly.
Oh, look at you. You got a little eye.
Oh,
on
no,
the
Max
game.
leaning over, looking around, thinking about how he loses this game.
A lot of ways. A lot of ways.
Looking at his, the Mind Break trap.
Oh, Mind Break Trap from Max. Another piece of interaction. What a set of draws from this Kennen deck. I'll tell you what.
So is this game done or what?
It's not looking good. Maybe we arms chanted the wrong player.
Yeah.
Especially if we're trying to kill Ori with all the triggers or whatever, what have you. Here comes an attack with the Orcish army at Max. That's going to eat a spirit, and the turn passes to Connor. That's it. No mana up after that. Kellen went for it. Dockside countered by Mind Break Trap, and
I'm at
here
the
we
edge
go.
of my seat. That's 2 free counter spells, a Swan Song.
Was Mind Break Trap
That was
online?
a hard cast Mind Break trap.
What turned Mind Break Trap online? Oh, it was hard cast.
Yeah.
I was going to say, was he online? No, 4 mana. Wow. That is a tough way to do it. As here's an attack for 4.
Not Ori with your flyer?
Yeah, I mean, no, I think you need Ori to survive Max's turn.
Maybe.
I mean, what else you got? Tell you what, a wheel here would be really nice from Connor. Get yourself back in the game, kill some of these problematic creatures. I think that'd be a big part of the equation. Connor only looking at draw steps, though. We'll see. Reaching for the active player,
Okay.
maybe nothing.
Maybe looking at mana, looking to
and
pass.
passing the turn over. Ori, 3
So-
life left.
It's gotten back to his turn. I didn't think we were going to
I
get
didn't
here.
either. I was not optimistic. I'll tell you what, a lot of creatures ended up attacking Max that maybe should have been attacking. Who knows? I mean, like I said, killing players is not always obvious. It's not obvious that you need to do that because you might just need Ori's help to stop Max.
Right.
And if you have the threat of interaction, there's a lot more equation. There's a lot more to the equation.
Max getting away with murder here. 2 Wish Claws on a Moldifor. Top decking every single piece of interaction.
It's solid.
Spellskite is down. Your Kinnon's protected.
What do we got? I mean, it's all on this turn. Like, you were lucky to get this turn.
Yes.
I'll tell you that. You were lucky to get this turn. You're not getting another one.
Yes.
And I don't know, you know Ori a lot better than I do. I'm not sure how much they like to sandbag, but if they're sandbagging, now is the time.
Yeah.
So we will see. I mean, we have a couple more looks if you don't have it yet. Thanks to Crom and Timna.
Yeah.
Connor tapped out.
Tapped out,
You know,
allowing another draw.
Not even that unreasonable to just attack Kellen with Dockside. You could get 3 total cards here.
Yep.
So, like, you got maybe some more resources to work with. A lot of talking here still. But, I mean, I think it's time. I don't
time.
think, no matter how much
You've gotta
talking you
do-
do,
you
no matter-
gotta do something.
You got to do something.
Cabal
and that
Ritual.
is something. Cabal Ritual, here we go.
I don't know if Max is going to regret never exiling anything from Ori's yard.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's only been, 2-3 exiles? No, not that much. And typically T&K doesn't
Play Cabal Ritual? They
I mean,
do,
they play
right?
Cabal Ritual. They just don't play like Yogg-Will and stuff, right?
I remember I was talking to Ori and he was thinking about cutting it from the deck. Oh, Intent coming down.
Intent,
We're going for the
that's
win here. We got to
huge.
do something. It's time.
Dockside, and obviously not willing to attack with Dockside. Not attacking with your commanders yet. I think indicative of maybe a little uncertainty
Uncertainty.
about your way to win. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't attack unless you're thinking about blocking.
Exactly.
If you're just attacking no matter what, you just start attacking, right?
Maybe nerves could also be setting in. You never know.
Oh, these players are sick. Come on. Come on, these players are sick. Well, here we go. I mean, what are we intenting for? Intent looks like it worked.
Yeah.
Mind Break Trap's now online. I have to imagine Max has to be out of interaction, right? There's just
Yeah.
no way we've drawn that much interaction. Kellen's out of interaction, so is it really only on Connor? This looks to be a juicy spot, and Diabolic Intent can grab any range of things. Ad nauseum Necro are really the only things that don't work.
Yep. You can guess that Max has no interaction because he tapped out for Mind Break Trap. Like, you know he's got
Yeah,
nothing.
that's a tough way to do it.
If you want to win, you win here.
Okay, what about Underworld Breach?
I mean,
Does that just work?
Underworld Breach gets there. I saw a Dockside. I saw
Yeah,
a
Dockside got
Diabolic
sacked
Intent.
to
There's
Intent.
the Breach. There's
Yeah.
the Breach.
Okay, yeah, wow. Bunch of thumbs up. Breach is just going to happen. It just happens.
Okay, now I can talk about this cool thing because I see Dockside and Diabolic Intent in the yard while Ori goes through this.
Okay, talk to me about it.
So I just learned this recently. Okay, he's playing the Dockside, and I imagine he's going to play the Diabolic Intent. When he puts a Diabolic Intent on the stack and elects to pay for it, he can actually sack the Dockside and then use it to escape for the escape cost on the Diabolic
really?
Intent.
I thought
Yeah.
you also paid all at once.
No, yeah, you can do that. I just learned that a few days ago.
Oh my god. That is disgusting.
Alrighty.
Well, I mean...
I don't think Ori knows that, but maybe he does.
I mean, who knows? There's no way that matters.
Yeah.
Like, you literally are just looping Dockside and Diabolic Intent. We're done.
Yeah.
We're done. You don't even need to make that much mana. You just go grab Brain Freeze, and we are done. I mean, I don't even know what stops this. Spellskite can't really stop this.
Nope.
Nothing Connor has going on. I mean, we would have countered the Breach or the Tutor or any of these other very
Anything.
easy to counter cards. Like, Mind Trick Trap's the only consideration I can think of. And we could have hardcast that for the only player that maybe could have it, and that's Connor.
Ori playing very patiently, like I said, and even after the blowout on the Fire Covenant, did not give up, has the Breach out.
Huge. I mean, once again, maybe by the skin of your teeth, showing certainly, I think, some of that Koval mentality we talked about before.
Yep.
Just getting another turn, getting another draw step, so important to the TNK game plan. We've seen that here, and what? We're making blue mana.
Making blue?
Okay, just trying to cut off a treasure.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, you're probably dying anyway. I don't hate the cutting.
2
treasure.
black, 5 treasures. Let's see what you got.
But yeah, well executed by Ori, and like I said, I'm just shocked that we
Mox
got another
Diamond
turn.
getting cast, thrown into the yard.
Right in the yard?
Yep.
Yeah, how about that? You want to talk about tricks? Another card
There's
for
another
escape.
one.
Get that one right in the yard.
Increased storm count. Maybe just grab the Brain Freeze here? Like, I don't know.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
You don't need the LED when you have the Dockside. That's going to continue to make mana until people start conceding.
Exactly.
Like, whatever. And you have other creatures. You can grab the freaking lines of them whenever you want.
Exactly.
All roads lead to Rome. There's nobody drawing off of this. And as long as you're not drawing in any kind of way for the Bowmasters, you're not going to die to that either.
Yep.
So I think we're just rolled up here. I mean, Ori, someone you have a lot of experience with, I would expect that they know how to navigate an Underworld Breach with all
for
these,
sure.
not a lot to think about. Spellskite and Bowmasters, the only things you even need to be aware of.
We breach a lot in the Bay Area, so.
I think you breach a lot in any CEDH tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is an area thing. And
All
there
right.
it is. Everybody shaking
Handshakes,
hands,
fist
and
bumps.
gonna win
Ori's
it
coming
and
in
into
with
the
top
finals.
4, but getting those points, looking to win this out for the West Coast right now.
Absolutely. And, there was a narrative once upon a time that, maybe old school CEDH players remember this. Maybe people still talk about this. People talked about TNK being the best deck in CEDH. It never won anything.
Right.
It wasn't making deep runs in tournaments. It was like top 16ing and it'd show up. More recently, I have seen this deck succeed at a high level every single event.
Yes.
It feels like every single event we're seeing a massive success by Tim McCraw. Has some of the best conversion rates of any of the decks. Rogsai has kind of taken over in this tournament. We've seen a ton of Rogsai, seen a ton of Kinnan, all these decks that we've talked about all day. TNK still, through
Cornerstone.
the years, still succeeding at a high level, still proving it is one of the top dogs, if not the top dog in CEDH. Ori making a finals appearance here with that solid choice. Off the back of some of Brian Koval's innovation, I want to talk a little bit about, we might be getting a player's interview, who knows.
Yeah, we definitely are.
I want to talk a little bit about Blue Farm, TNK, whatever you want to call it, and how it's changed in CEDH to be the force it is.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to get Ori here. Move over to the cast review.
Let's come back to us. Not a lot of shuffling left to see. Victor on Kinnan. Also
Victor
won.
on Kinnan
So
winning.
a little bit of TNK and Kinnan runbacks already.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
We go. Let's see. I don't know how much. I can't report on any of the rest of it. I don't have access to that yet. But, Kinnan continuing to succeed at a high level again. Can't be surprised about that. Sad not to see the Dargo deck get through. Tough with the Orms chant. Orms chant, if it was
chant.
silence, maybe you just works.
win, yeah.
Yeah, it just works. Or you have to mind break trap, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe that mind break trap happens anyway. Who knows? But Orms chant can be good. Can do a silence impression when there's only one blue deck, especially. There was 3.
Yeah.
Didn't get the job done.
Definitely want to hear about the politics at this table. You
Yeah.
want to do this for me?
I'll let you. You know Ori. I think
Sure.
the chemistry's going to be a little bit better. I
Let's
will
do
step
it.
out while Ori steps in, and you can you talk to your longtime friend about the
Awesome.
success at, with TNK. The unstoppable.
Jorman has lost the
Jorman
game?
has lost. I didn't think it possible.
Damn.
Them
News
tweets.
coming in right
Yeah,
now.
no kidding. We're just getting it from all angles. We don't even know if it's right.
Yeah.
You can just be telling me stuff.
Yeah, I could be lied to right now. That could be
Absolutely lied
disinfo, absolute fake news.
Yeah, Hal's absolutely just lying to us. RTL, just unplayable. Unplayable.
Oh man, what a game! What'd you guys think of that game? I wanna hear it. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was the Fire Covenant.
The Fire Covenant was.
This is like one of those episodes of Dora where like, you're like, what is your favorite part of the Fire Covenant? That didn't work.
That didn't work.
You always had it. Didn't matter. Won
Yeah.
anyway. Don't need that Fire Covenant. Take that somewhere else. But
Still won.
you called it.
Yeah.
Impressive work.
All right.
Oh, I'm going to step out. Ori steps in.
Just waiting. Looks like he's celebrating a little bit. I'll be celebrating a little bit on stream as well, actually.
Well, either way, I'm still going to step out.
You got
maybe
it.
Maybe go find Ori.
He's over there. He's making his way over. I see him. They're just talking to the judge or something.
We need Ori. I'll get Ori. Yeah, can you get Ori? Okay, never mind.
How you guys doing?
Broken TO.
Broken.
Mr. Hallahan is going to go get Ori for us. Can someone
Post a
Yeah,
bracket?
can you post the
I got you. Give me one moment.
Victor won the Jorman pod.
Look out for those updates on this bracket here.
Favorite pod was Wrong Side getting countered. Not a bad day when Wrong Side gets
Yeah.
countered. I do like Connor a lot.
Yeah.
Sad to see him knocked out, but a good run.
Good run.
Points, money. Can't be too
getting
bad.
there.
If you show up and guarantee a top 16, obviously would like to win, and I'm going to get out of the way.
We got Ori here. Dr. Doom himself.
Hey everyone.
How's it going? Tell us about that game. Just what's going through your mind moving into the
Yeah.
top 4 here.
I think I misplayed a little bit there.
Oh, yeah?
With the fire cuff, I should have talked more. I was so confident it was going to resolve that I just slammed it, and then like Waffles has 2 pieces of indirections. Like, oh wow. Yeah, he had fears. He had like Mindbreak Trap, so he's like setbacking direction.
Yeah.
But I was.
He built a 4. I wouldn't think he had anything
Yeah,
either.
exactly. I was so sure it was going to resolve and like I would be in a dominant board state. Yeah. And then
I saw the path come out after. Did you top deck that?
no, I had a path like throughout.
You let the spell seeker or the spell sky resolve with the path in hand? Because you thought the fire cup was going to resolve.
Yeah, I thought the fire cup was going to resolve. I probably should have pathed the Bowmaster just to like leave myself with more leeway.
Right.
There's a lot of things I could have done better.
Looking for that edge.
Yeah.
Now, how did the politics look like? What was going through your mind when the Necro came on the stack and then you got saved? Or did you have the
I
interaction?
had a fluster.
You had a fluster.
And I think I made it pretty clear at the table I had a fluster.
Uh-huh.
I think I made it a bit too clear, so Connor went for the Necro instead.
Necro instead of the Nas, yeah.
But, you know, we got saved by the Swan Song. The double, I think throughout the game, most of the politics was centered on double talisman.
Yeah.
Like Connor was really pulling for people to give him a talisman so he can get back into the game.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in the conversation, so like, cause I had like a bigger.
You weren't gonna get
Yeah. And Waffle pulled out the "I'm not gonna activate it" card.
The wounded, yeah.
Yeah, the wounded, yeah. So, you know, he obviously got it, but he also, I think the last turn was a little bit weird. Like, I got chanted, and he played a Dockside, Dargo,
Right.
which made it look really scary.
Right.
I think if he just played a Dockside, he would have been fine and I would have died.
Gotcha.
Yeah. If he just played Dockside One Ring, I would have died.
I was expecting him to, the Tim Nadargo player, I was expecting him to just give you the Wish Claw, kill you,
Yeah,
and
I know.
then take it
But
back.
but I didn't have enough. I have enough blockers.
Right.
And if he tried to do the double wish claw double wish claw thing, I can convince Waffle to like spell. No, I will convince Wounded to spell Sky one of the removal spells because I have
Right.
2 blockers, right? And he only has 166 that kills 177 that kills me. If he tries to do that, I'm pretty sure like Wounded would be able to like not want him to give him double tutors.
Exactly.
I would have done the same thing. I would leave it on my table for the rest of the game.
Now, were you pretty confident you were going to win that game going into your turn?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Once I untapped,
How did you get to your turn? How did
I have no idea.
'cause you were at 3 life.
yeah, I had no idea. Like, Connor had a way to like kill me.
Punch
with,
through, yeah.
He would hit me with a bird, and he would snap Bowmaster, untap Tim Dargo's lands, and then replay Bowmaster.
Right. But I feel like you're just throwing the game to Max there, who has
Exactly.
double Wish Claw.
Exactly. Well, Max was like uncounter, like not using 1, but I think one wish claw was enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So pretty wild stuff.
I had no business winning that game, to be honest.
I mean, you won, so just take it.
But yeah, like I probably was overzealous with the fire cov. But I was like, I don't know what made me think. I was like, damn it, this is gonna resolve.
Now, what was some of the prep looking like coming into the tournament?
A lot of play on Discord. Like a lot of people we play with, like
Right.
make top 16, which is really nice.
Yeah, everyone's here.
Yeah.
We play with these guys all the time.
Exactly.
So
Max P, who's on Talion.
Yep.
Nice. Control Winter.
Control winner, baby.
Yeah. Rapping Ashani. Yeah. Ashani sacrificed himself for him.
Yeah, so Ashani was going to bring Kin into this event.
The blood offering. Yeah. What else? Who else? Waffle, Wounded.
Yeah,
Larry.
Larry, yeah.
A lot of the folks we see.
Exactly.
It's good.
Now you're coming from the West Coast, destroying these East Coast boys. How's it feel?
I don't think we're like half-half, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex made top 16 as well. We play at a local game store every week.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been
solid.
showing up for like a month, but I'll be there this week. I promise. I've been busy.
Well, you've been traveling a ton.
Yeah.
Like vacation, trip, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And being sick in between.
Yeah, I got sick when I wanted to play.
It's really rough, man. Yeah.
But yeah, just a lot of good representation, a lot of good things happening. Who are you hoping to see in the top 4? I know Kinnan has made Victor has made it into the top 4 as well, so you won't be seeing Jorman.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
I actually have no idea.
I think you're first seed going into there too, right? I'm not sure actually.
Who's second place? Who was second after Swiss?
I'm not sure. I got to look at this. I might be lying to the chat.
Did Eric win?
Eric has these two Pod 2 and Pod 4 still happening. So right now you're in the first, but you got to see.
I'm second seed basically.
Yeah.
Minimum. I want to see Alex, I think, because I think his deck is really fun.
Yeah. I think he's catching a lot of people by surprise
Yeah.
right now, and he knows how to play it.
Yeah, it's he plays very tight.
Yes.
And he plays to not lose a lot.
Yep.
Which is like, not really the Rockside mentality.
We had a talk a few days before this event because we all played, and I was like, "How are you not winning the game? Like, you're doing everything right except winning the game. You just gotta win the game, man."
He would basically he would rather play 3 stacks pieces to not lose rather than risk a chance of losing.
Right.
Which was, I think I think time is the issue, right?
Yeah.
Because he had like two draws, which were his games.
Yep.
Yeah. But in another time round, I think he
can do it. Yeah.
And TNT catches a lot of flack.
I mean, he said every other TNT player is building their decks wrong. I built my deck right, and I think I'm playing to the strength. So he called every other TNT player out. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah. But I do think you don't have to be too cute with the reanimator.
Yeah.
Like you just play good cards.
Play good cards, and then make sure you win the game. We had a really long talk
Yeah.
at his hotel room before the event where I was like, "You just gotta win the game, man."
Yeah, exactly. But he's like.
Right there.
But the first step of winning is not losing.
Yep.
Yeah, so he gets it really well.
Yeah, you showed that game. Trying not to lose. Any other final words for the stream before I turn this off and send us to the Be Right Back screen?
All right, leaders.
Peace. All right. Have a good one and good luck. Wait for top 4. All right, chat. We're gonna go ahead and wait for the rest of the top 4 games. I'm just gonna show a little bit of the TopDeck Championship Series. This is the first Platinum event, and if you don't know what that is, I'm about to bring that up. Oh yeah, I'm shilling right now. Drake, come in. I'm shilling. I'm shilling about the TopDeck Championship Series.
Good. Chill away.
All right, let me move over. Here's the bracket, as you can see. Victor on Kinnan coming in, Ori coming in. These are 2 West Coast players here at this Atlanta event.
We got some more.
It's getting to my head,
the East Coast here. I don't like this takeover. I'll tell you that.
TopDeck Championship Series. So what's going on with that? This is a 10-month season. There's going to be an invitational next year in August 23rd to 25th at an unannounced location right now. Base 10K prize pool. Now, how are you going to participate in this? Do I need to come to these large events? Like, what am I doing? You actually don't. You can actually play at your locals, play at the events there, and earn points. You can travel to these regional events, earn more points, and then come to the big Eminence events, and then earn the most points at these Platinum events. There's a lot of tiers. We're very inclusive. You can even earn points online. We got gold partners here, big stores holding these large regional events. Look out for them. I'm sure you'll see some familiar names. I've been talking a lot about qualification for this invitational. How do you do it? You can win a Platinum event, which is an Eminence event, and you just get into the invitational. Easy. If you don't want to play anymore, come here, win the event, take the trophy. Don't play CEDH for a year. I'll see you in August. You can earn points on the leaderboard, which is over here. We just started the season on November 1st, so we got people in the lead right now at 100 points. This is obviously going to change tonight, so look out for that. Top 56 players from the leaderboard are going to make it into the invitational, so you want to fight tooth and nail for these points. And then after that, 57th through the 80th place, we're going to have a vote, a wildcard vote. We're going to have a week-long voting session. Players are going to campaign why they should be in the invitational. It's going to be based around charity, so definitely look out for that. Still based on the leaderboard, so you can't just be not playing CEDH and then make it into invitational. I have a little point breakdown here and how points are broken up. Let's say you don't have a lot of time. You can only make it out to so many bronze events, platinum events, whatever. We actually cap out how many points you can earn, and it's based on your best results. So you take your best 3 platinum results, and that's your points. Best 3 gold, best emerald, best silver, and your best 5 bronze. So bronze, your locals, count a lot towards your points. So definitely we're trying to make sure that anyone can get on this leaderboard. Invitational, like I said, it's going to be held on August 24th. Right now, the prize pool is at $11,500. Any organizer, any store can join this circuit, and when they do, we contribute to this prize pool. This prize pool, I expect, might even get to like $15,000 or more by next year. So if you want to be part of this circuit, you're playing at locals, you have an organization, you're doing anything, you're able to get 16 players in your house to hold tournaments every weekend, sign up for the circuit, get started, earn those points. Let's get you to that invitational. If you have any questions, you want to learn more about this, you need to show your LGS, go to topdeck.gg. There's links here to the championship series. Check it out. And with that, we're going to wait for this top 16 to finish out here, and we're going to bring you a nice top 4. Until then, we'll see you hopefully very soon. I'm going to go ahead and throw it to the ads and some banger music. Drake, you want to say any last words here?
It was a pleasure having me. Some awesome CEDH we got to see today. Awesome tournament. Biggest tournament we've seen so far, like I said, in the United States. Can't stress enough this growth that we are seeing and how competitive it's getting. Awesome stuff here. Love what Eminence is putting on, and I really appreciate you having me.
Awesome. We'll see you next time.